Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Review of Indian Equity Markets. And this is the final session of the year. We ended the final session of the year, and this is the final review for the year 2023. And before we head into this review, let me give out a standard disclaimer. I'm not a SEBI registered investment advisor. So, any of the stocks, structures of indices, or instruments that we speak about are purely from understanding the price action of the market and do not take this as a buy or sell recommendation. Please do consult your investment advisor before investing or redeeming anything in the market or doing any action in the market. With that, let's head into the review. So we continue to see upward move or continuation in the markets. The chart that you see is of Nifty for the week, Nifty daily chart. Let's convert this into weekly. So Nifty ended the week gaining 1.7%, 1.8% approximately, and we have seen fabulous move. Uh, Despite this being a last week of the year, the candle volumes are fairly decent. I would say, if you were to look at the candles that got printed last year, say 22 December versus what we are seeing now is definite pickup in volume. And definitely the volumes were equal to or slightly better than what we had seen last year. So while last week volumes are nothing great to talk about per se, but are not a definitive indicator of anything specific, but the fact is we remain in continuous uptrend, and this move is a phenomenal one. If you were to look at the number of weeks that we continue to move higher, we have consistently printed almost 9, 10 positive candles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the ninth week of up move. While we saw some bit of downward move last week, but the entire selling was absorbed, and we continue to remain in positive trend. Uh, Data around FIS and DIS have been consistently positive, and it's a very positive sign for the overall markets. Now, so from a review perspective, there's nothing specific or special that we need to do when it comes to Nifty, but look at the candles which got printed. So there's no specific pattern or no specific interpretation uh, that we have for this week. A clear pattern or specific interpretation that we have for the week, but it's a up move, and we've absorbed this entire downward pressure that we saw, and we remain in positive zone. Uh, One point definitely that one should keep an eye on is the fact that we have moved fairly far away from its extended rally. 50 DMA is approximately 7% higher. So if you were to look at longer time frame chart, uh, so we so we remain in uptrend and will continue to do so, even if the indices were to come and test out this breakout range or this zone of close to close to 300 points, and we still remain in positive uptrend. And and it's fairly possible that such moves can play out. So this is with respect to Nifty. Let's look at what is driving the move. Let's look at the charts of sectors and moves. So let me just remove all indicators. Yeah. So this is Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty again did what Nifty did, which is we kept moving higher, and we made an all-time high now, and the uptrend continues. Again, in case of Bank Nifty as well, the 50 DMA is fairly far away and sloping higher. So the trend remains consistently positive. This week again we kept moving higher. So there's nothing specific, uh, no specific pattern which is playing out apart from the fact that from a weekly time frame we continue to remain in uptrend. Uh, so it's so if we were to try and draw a pattern here, it looks like a flag, and we had seen a flag breakout again this week. So this is a flag breakout, and we continue to move higher. The last two candles obviously have some element of selling, which is reflective, especially when you look at this candle where the volumes were really large, but we ended uh, as doji, and then and the follow through candle was another doji. So there's some bit of indecisiveness which is creeping in here, which is not the case with Nifty. We have seen Nifty clearly heading higher. Now we've printed the first doji candle here, but you look at this in comparison to what we saw in Bank Nifty. This is some element of indecisiveness which is creeping into Bank Nifty, but let's not read too much into the charts. There is a probability that we may definitely come come back here, test out this range of this range, test out this range, or test out the flag, and again move higher. So that's a probability, but all all things said and done, I think it's clearly a market where we have to be a lot more nimble at this point of time, purely because we've seen an extended rally in the markets. Now let's look at some other pockets of the market where there is strength. So IT for the week closed slightly lower, I guess. Yeah. So IT made a negative 3.3% candle. But look at the extent, look at the move that we are seeing in IT as well. And this is one of the strongest. This is a strong pocket at this point of time, and after the breakout, so there's a probability that we may come down, test out this area, 34,000 area, and then again try to consolidate and move higher. So that's a probability, especially the way global markets are playing out. US markets are kind of showing traction. There's a probability that this area can become a can definitely this index can definitely surprise us positively for the coming year. So 2024 can belong to IT as a space. The other sector that I wanted to look at is pharma, which is one of the strongest pocket. And look at the way pharma is moving higher after a breakout and test of this breakout area. We printed a large negative candle, but we've moved higher, and this is a good move as far as FMCG is concerned. When you look at the weekly chart of FMCG, this is almost twice the size of move that we have seen in both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Same is the case with metal. So these are pockets of strength. These are clear pockets of strength, and especially metal. After it cleared out uh, this long-term consolidation of close to 1.5 years, we are seeing a breakout, and the breakout is playing exceptionally well. Uh, Pharma again is another pocket of strength. Uh, I think there are select pocket of strengths which are available in market apart in this market where we are seeing extended rally across segments. Same is the case with auto. Again, as fabulous up move continues in auto. Every time you touch auto, it at least gives a 7-10% kind of move. Uh, this is another 12% move in a matter of 4 weeks. After some consolidation which played out here, it's a 20% move, which is phenomenal. So after this breakout that we saw in auto stocks, the, the rally continues to move higher and gain strength, which is very surprising. But this is what happens when one of the sector starts doing well, or the sector starts doing well. Stocks within that sector continues to do exceptionally well, and few of the large cap stocks are doing even better in this move. So these are the broadly high beta space, barring pharma and FMCG that we have seen here. Let's look at the structure of other segments. So where is 500? Okay, see. Nifty 500, which is a broad market index, again shows strength, and the move is a 2% move, and there's no stopping this move. Uh, and when you see them on a daily and weekly chart, uh, daily we have again moved close to 7% from 50 DMA. So there's always a probability that we may come here, test out 50 DMA, shake out a lot of weak hands, and then keep moving higher. But these are phenomenal rides that we're having in the market, and don't mistake that we are likely to correct soon and hence keep blocking out position. I think what you need to do is keep chasing the or keep looking at strength pockets rather than chasing anything and everything that comes your way. So this is when it this is the structure of 500. Let's look at mid cap and small cap as well. Mid cap and 50. Again, fantastic move in mid cap 150, making an all time high. So so every single index and structures are making higher high and moving higher. Okay, so in case of small cap 250, oh, this is micro cap 250, small cap. The small cap 250 is also printed a higher high candle. So micro cap is something which is yet to kind of take out the this wide range candle that we saw, and I think one needs to kind of keep their eyes and ears open and be nimble in these kind of structures. Consumption is another secular story as far as India is concerned, and look at the up move. It continues to rank outperformer. Look at the way consumption has moved higher. Consumer durable, another rank outperformer. Healthcare. So these are secular bull moves across stocks structures. So this is a structure that we were trying to uh, that we were envisaging as a service sector is concerned, and we've broken out and we've moved higher. So I think overall structure of the market is extremely positive. There's nothing to find fault. 1 or 2 weeks correction uh, may not be ruled out, but that does not bring this trend to an end. What we need to look at is how the structures develop from here, and do they continue to see extended rally is something that we'll have to kind of be mindful of. But I think let's look at few of the other indices that we track. Yeah, sorry. So coming back to the other important indices that we track on a regular basis, the rally is also fueled by what is happening in global markets. So when you look at what is happening in U.S. market, this is Nasdaq. Uptrend continues, up move continues. This is S&P 500. Up move continues. So Nasdaq has printed a all-time high. S&P is yet to reach there. Dow Jones is also Dow Jones has definitely made all-time high and moving higher with a lot of strength. So if you look at across the spectrum, the global rally is on, and it is on back of what is happening in U.S. markets, which is there's definite expectation of rate cut given that their inflation numbers are definitely looking under control, and that is something which is playing out across. Look at the drop in yields in U.S. market. 24% correction, which is phenomenal in a matter of few weeks. And this is what happens when interest rate starts cooling off. And so, have we made a significant low? The answer is yes. Do we move higher from here? I think as you can see from the charts here, there's a probability that we may see a minor pullback on back of some news flow, but the trend of 10-year benchmark in US is definitely heading south. This was the inversion in yield curve that everyone was talking about, the 2-year yield versus 10-year yield, and now 2-year is also seeing some bit of cool off, but yeah, 10-year has cooled much stronger than 2 years. So I think US is doing exceptionally well uh, on back of cool off as far as interest rates are concerned. And let's also look at gold, which is also in a nice state structure. And if we break out from here, this can fuel another round of buying from here. So Nikkei has been again one of the better performing markets for the year. So I think the message from the markets is clear that markets are wanting to move higher on back of global liquidity, or at least on back of cool off of inflation, and fueled by rally in US markets. And most of the markets are trying to kind of mimic what US market is doing. Only thing which can happen is some bit of shakeout can play out, which one has to be cautious of. Remaining, I think overall the markets remain extremely positive. Let's just try and see if we can bring out a chart which would talk about the performance of. Instead of this, can we move this to India? So US Nifty, DAX, Sensex, Europe, France, Korea, Indonesia. This is China, which remains in deep discounting mode even today. I think if you look at the performance of most of the global indices, everyone has printed a much better and stronger performance this year. Nikkei has delivered 29% gain, followed by Italia, followed by S&P 500. So we are not very far away in terms of performance for the year, and look at the strength that we are posting, that we have posted. And so overall, I think we remain in a very positive structure and positive zone. This is China. This is China. We've remained in a very positive zone, and there are all signs of continuation playing out in Indian markets. Though none of the markets ever go up up straight, so we have to be cautious of that. But overall, I think we are in a positive trend. Let's not try and predict what can happen in the market. But I think in this market, I would say that caution and staying alert to what is happening in your portfolio is more important than just having an opinion. With that, I'll wrap up this week's review. Thank you so much for joining me once again, and it's been an extremely rewarding year for everyone who's participated in Indian equity markets. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and wishing everyone a happy and prosperous new year.